guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to get started on a makeup look for summer. This is going to be another bronze look. I'm starting by prepping my skin with my Caudalie Beauty Elixir, and I am listening to music again, of course. This is why I have done a voiceover. I enjoy listening to music while I'm doing my makeup. So after my beauty elixir, I'm using a new product. It's called Anua PDRN Hydralauronic Acid Hydrating Capsule Mist. The first time I wanted to purchase this at Sephora, it was all sold out. And I was like, okay, this stuff must be good. So this is only the second time I've tried it. I'll let you guys know further on down the road how it goes, but it seems to be okay. I'm not sure how much different it is from the Kosas mist that I have as well, that I had in my haul, so I'm not quite sure. But, you know, the jury is out. So I'm priming with my One Size Secure the Sweat. I'm not actually using a lot of foundation products today. I'm going to be using my Natasha Denona. It's a Hollywood Flawless filter. It is the 5.0 color tan, and when I put it on my face, it looks absolutely ridiculous, but once we blend it out, it just kind of blends and makes everything look perfect. On top of that, I do use bronzer so that I match my skin tone on my arms and my chest. So I'm using a makeup sponge to blend this out, and despite it not being a foundation product, I still find that it lasts longer when I use a primer. So I would recommend a primer. It doesn't have to be the one I'm using in this video. It can be any primer. A lot of times people just simply use a moisturizer. As long as there's a barrier between your skin and like your foundation product or concealer product, that's pretty much, I guess, what people do. I tend to go for the more lasting, like the more staying products for as far as primer goes. So something that is sticky or tacky or is meant for oily skin, because then the products will really stick to it. So here you can see I'm going into my bronzer. I'm using the Nars Laguna 3 Bronzing Cream. I'm actually going into the different bronzer after, but I will talk about that when we get there. So again, using my sponge, I'm putting this product all over the high points of my face. So when I'm looking for a tan look, I'll put it on the top of my nose, tops of my cheekbones, but I'll still do the perimeter of my forehead because it just blends together seamlessly and makes everything blend well and put together a little bit more. So after I blend that in really well, I am going in with brows. So I am using the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Cool Cookie, and of course my Benefit Brow Gel. And again, what can I say? Like, these have been my tools for a while now. They've been the same products I've been using, and I'm not as adventurous as I once was, or maybe I just need to do a video like that again. But I have been picking both these products up a lot, and my brow was from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I still have one, but definitely a second choice nowadays. Okay, so next we are moving on to liner. So I'm using the Rare Beauty pencil liner in True Black. I never show this part because it grosses some people out. And then we just move on to shadow. So I decided to use the Natasha Denona bronze palette today. And it's perfect because it's for summer, and I do love using this palette for monochrome makeup looks. Technically, I feel like you could pull off a look, like any look really, from this palette using a warmer, like neutral palette that has shimmer in it. But there's something about a monochrome moment for me with this palette. I don't know what it is. I'll usually pick a warm bronze shade and just, you can either use water or you can use setting spray like I did here. And you spray your brush and you dip it in the shadow, and it just makes the shadow look so much more vivid and vibrant. And it blends easily as well. So I'll usually put it up halfway on my eye, and then I'll come back later and blend it out once it's dried down. I always add it to my lower lash line as well. And this is so the look is cohesive and everything blends well together. I find it's like the easiest makeup look to wear, and you will notice I'm not wearing any primer on my lids here. Sometimes I will put concealer, but I do actually have like actual eyelid primer. And I would recommend that if you have especially oily lids or oily skin in general, because the shadow will just kind of crease up and you'll be able to tell, and it's not very pretty when that happens. So definitely use a primer if you need it. I think I was just trying to be fast here, so that's why I'd never bothered to use it. I was like, well, it's not quite hot yet, but when the nights do get hot, my eyelids tend to get super oily. And there I am dancing again because I'm listening to my tunes. So next I'm going in with lips. I decided to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in Cool Brown. Again, this has been my mainstay. I don't know why I'm just stuck, and I feel like maybe one day I should just do a video where I use products I haven't touched in like a long time, just to kind of scare myself. And like, I mean, that could be a fun challenge. Let me know if that's something that you want to see. But I'm outlining my lips with my Anastasia Cool Brown pencil, and I'm using my Morphe cream lipstick in the shade Flirt to lighten things up. So I realized that this was way too light, so I'm going over top of it with my YSL Loveshine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss in 100 Starlight. This was a special edition from last Christmas. And now I'm taking my powder bronzer, and I felt like I just needed a little bit of extra bronze here on my forehead and my cheeks and nose. So another reason why I do this is to kind of set my makeup. So I'm setting everything without actually using setting powder. And I don't know, I guess I came across this technique a couple years ago, and I usually only do it in summer because, you know, I want to match my face to my body and I don't want it looking weird. And this product, this is the Fenty bronzer. It is so good. It's the Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie color, Stalk'r Instant Wear the bronzer, and it's matte. I cannot stand when a bronzer is like shiny or metallic looking on the skin. I like when it's a matte color. But however, I will go in with my blush and I'll add a blush that has a little bit of shimmer like this one here. Cheap blushes from the drugstore, Milani Baked Blush. This one is 05 Luminoso. So good, you guys. This color just seems to go with every makeup look, and I don't know what it is. It's always beautiful no matter what. So I add it with a brush, and I've just added it to my cheeks here. And then I decided it was time for a setting spray. So I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And it's probably my favorite setting spray. I mean, you can't go wrong with this one. And it works on any skin tone or texture, or whether you have oily skin or dry skin, it doesn't matter. Realize I forgot to add concealer. So I'm going in with my Natasha Denona High Glam Brightening Concealer. And then I just kind of blend it in with my sponge to get it's so bright that it doesn't blend into my bronzer. So I go in with my my sponge a little bit that had the bronzer on it, and then just kind of like fix that up. And that's what I'll do. Like, I don't necessarily need to set this with powder. I think it looks amazing without powder, actually. And I just needed to conceal a little bit of darkness surrounding the eyes. But for my skin tone, it's hard to find the right concealer and the foundation. So a lot of times I will mix, or I will cover it up with a little bit of bronzer or blush or whatever the case is. But at the end of the look, you can see that it all comes together and it starts to look normal. Okay, so I also put a little bit of product around my nose because I am covering up the veins there. And here I am blending everything together using my brush that had the bronzer on it. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for continuing to watch my content. For anybody who is new, I want to thank you as well for watching a video here or there. But I do know I have some pretty loyal followers, and I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you, and I know who you are. And it really helps my channel when you comment and do all the things. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, I would love if you would consider subscribing. Click on the bell button. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I
sweet, a beauty.